All right. I know, again, it's been too long, you guys, but I am back with another video, and today is a video you probably weren't expecting, some of you, anyways, but I am going to tell you my birth story um, of my Surrobaby. And I know a lot of you probably didn't realize, but I gave birth to him. He came a lot quicker than we expected, a little sooner than we expected, but he is healthy, he is amazing, and he is precious as ever. And I cannot wait to tell you about it. Bear with me because I'm still like just in awe of how quick everything went. But I am so grateful and I'm so happy that his parents are just in love with him and they're doing great. Everyone's doing well. So, I am here to let you know that I gave birth to my Surrobaby, Andrew Ray, on September 28th at 11:46 p.m. I was 37 weeks and 3 days, and he didn't want to wait any longer. So, the details are, I won't go too far into it to not too much TMI for everyone, but so it was a Saturday evening, and I was not having too many contractions throughout the day, but I started having contractions earlier in the day and they were pretty spaced apart. They were probably only lasting anywhere from like 15 to 25 seconds long. And so I wasn't expecting it because with my son, I had those kind of contractions for a week straight. And with my middle daughter, I also had contractions like that for about 3 weeks straight and was dilated to about 3 centimeters. And with this little guy, I was not dilated at all. I went in for my 37-week checkup 3 days prior to having him, and the little guy was transverse lie, which means that they decide to turn sideways instead of head down like they should be to birth. And so I was a little nervous when I actually went into labor, but for the most part, everything went fine. Um, he did end up turning head down, and lo and behold, as soon as I went into the hospital, they checked me and made sure that he was head down. So, anyways, back to the story. Saturday evening, I would say roughly about 9 o'clock or so, I decided to just go to bed and see if I could sleep the contractions off and hope that I would wake up in the morning and feel a little bit better. But he had other plans. So I laid down for a little while and tried to sleep. And he was definitely still moving around and stuff, so I wasn't expecting to have him so soon, but around 10 o'clock or so, I got up to use the restroom and just, thought it was pregnancy problems, and I thought I had peed my pants and laughed it off and changed my shorts and tried to lay back down for a few more minutes, and that wasn't a good idea because my contractions started coming sooner and harder and very aggressively. By about 10:15, I would say, I decided to let my husband know that I was feeling a lot of contractions and I had started shivering uncontrollably and couldn't help it. And by 10:30, I told him, I said, okay, yeah, I think you need to get up. I think we need to go to the hospital. And by the time we got ready to leave the house, something came over me and I vomited. It kind of scared me because I wasn't sure what was going on. And I had remembered getting sick like that with my middle daughter. when I was in labor with her. And so I just thought maybe from then it was from medication because I had an epidural with her. This time, I think it was just because I was in such active labor and did not realize it, that my body had no way of a different kind of way out of feeling the contractions. So I got sick. Unfortunately, we had to leave the house so quickly that I had to have my daughter clean up my mess, unfortunately. And I felt really bad about that because I not anticipated vomiting all over my bedroom floor. But stuff happens and we had to go. So by 10:54, we were out of the house, in the car, and on our way to the hospital, as my contractions were very, very, very fast. They were lasting about a minute, anywhere from a minute to a minute and a half long, and they were pretty much on top of each other. I mean, as soon as I had a contraction, I had about maybe 15, 20 seconds of breathe time in between, and I was right back into another contraction. And this was all on the way to the hospital. And so I was a little nervous because I had my son in about 4 hours and 15 minutes. And I figured, okay, well, we got time. There's no rush. And of course, my husband's like, well, I'm rushing because we're not going to have this baby in the car. And I said, okay, well, that's probably a good thing because I'm having another contraction yet again, probably 15 to 20 seconds in between. Breathe time, anyways. And then I was having another one. And about less than 5 minutes away from the hospital, I told my husband, Caleb, that I had the urge to push and hopefully we could get to the hospital on time. And luckily, it was late, so we were able to safely go through a couple red lights, unfortunately, which he did very, very, very safe. Made sure to look both ways before just going straight through a red light, but I was ready to push. We showed up at the hospital. We had to go to the emergency room entrance because it was after hours, and I was very much wanting to push at that point. He got me out of the car and in the wheelchair and into the emergency room very quickly, thankfully. Luckily I had pre-registered to the hospital, so all of my information was already in the computer. I just had to tell her my name and who I was and show her my ID and stuff, as well as the nurse that came down. She goes, well, looks like we're having a baby tonight, and she rushed me up to the labor and delivery floor, and within less than 5 minutes, we were up there and straight to my room, which I'm glad that we got there as quickly as we could because I was definitely ready to have the baby by far. My body knew it. My mind knew it. I knew at that point that my water had broken, and I was very much ready to push, and I was nervous because we still had no idea whether or not he was sideways. And prior to me going into labor, when I had my 37-week checkup, my doctor had mentioned something about a C-section, possibly if he did not turn. So I was a little worried, just a tad, but I prayed about it a lot, and I had a lot of people praying with me to hopefully have him turn on his own. And luckily, as soon as we got into my labor and delivery room, the nurses got me up out of the wheelchair and to my bed as I was in the middle of another heavy-duty contraction. And I lay down in bed, and the nurse checked me, and she goes, well, honey, you're fully dilated, and we're having this baby now. And of course, the doctor came in shortly after that, and she just told me, breathe through them, keep on breathing through them, because we got to get everything set up so that we can have this baby safely. And so I just breathed through about probably 20 minutes of contractions before I could push fully. And at that point, they were pretty strong. And of course, there was no time for meds. I would have loved it for a moment, but at the same time, I was fully ready and willing to do a natural birth with no medication. I did it with my son because he came so quickly as well. And so this time around, I knew, being in the midst of everything and as quick as it was going, that I wasn't going to have time to have meds. So, it is what it is. And everything went well. And as soon as the doctor allowed me to push, I started pushing. And to my amazement, my husband was able to get it on video. And I pushed for literally 56 seconds. And he was out. He was quick. He didn't want to wait. We were a little worried because we weren't able to get a hold of his parents right away. And so as soon as I had him, of course, we were calling them and messaging them. We sent them photos and made sure that they had the first pictures of him. And so, come to find out, their Wi-Fi network was down at the house that they're living at the moment. And so they didn't get any messages until the following morning at about 6:30. And the baby's mom, messaged me, and she goes, "Oh no, we are on our way. We'll be there as soon as we can." And I said, "It's all good. We have him. He is wonderful. We're taking care of him. So you just get here safely, and he will be here waiting for you." And he was born at 11:46 p.m. on September 28th, and he was just beautiful, precious, healthy, just amazing, perfect little boy. Weighing in at 5 pounds, 12 ounces, and 19 inches long. And he just was the best birth experience that I've had thus far. It's kind of funny. You go through your own pregnancies and think that, oh my goodness, this is like the best possible outcome once your child is born. But then going through this journey with everyone that supported me. Sorry, I get choked up about it because I'm so proud of myself, as well as I am so grateful and so blessed that I got to experience this with his parents, as well as my whole support team. My husband was amazing the whole time. My kids were great the whole time and supported me in everything. These are happy tears, guys. I'm not sad about this one bit. So just know that. I am doing amazing. I'm recovering very well. I am pumping great. And he's getting as much breast milk as I possibly can get pumped for him. And I just can't say enough words about how wonderful and how great this experience has been the whole way through, from beginning to end. And I just don't even have enough thanks to thank everyone that has been there from beginning to end, when it comes to my coordinators at my agency, when it comes to the baby's parents. My husband, like I said, was my rock through this whole process. And my mom. Everyone has been so awesome. And I couldn't be happier. And I just get so choked up because I've got to see him 3 different times already since birth, and I'm just amazed at how wonderful his parents are doing, and they're doing a great job, and they're learning a lot being first-time parents, but they're doing awesome, and I'm doing awesome, and I just can't express how happy I am about everything that went on. So I just want to say thank you again to everyone, all my supporters, everyone that watches my videos, everyone that has watched all my videos through this whole process has been amazing. I am so thankful for all of you, anyone and every one of you that have watched. You have no idea how much I appreciate you. And I am so pleased about everything. So if you want more videos, keep on watching. I will have updates, not weekly, but I'll make sure to try and get better at updates, as well as making a video of some updated photos and stuff, with my Surrobaby. And I'm just so grateful that every one of you are here with me and went through this journey with me all the way through my videos. So thank you so much. If you like this, then please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and let everyone know that is looking into surrogacy that I tried my best to keep you all updated. And if anyone ever has any questions, please ask. I am so pleased to be able to share this with anyone and everyone that wants to know more about surrogacy, because no, it may not be for everybody, but if you've ever thought about it, it could be for you, and it could be a possibility for your family if you're willing to go through the process. So please just let me know if you ever have any questions. And like I said several times already, I'm just so pleased with everything. I'm so happy that everything went as great as it did. And I love you all for all the support and appreciate it so much. I hope everyone likes this video, and I will hope to see you guys soon, for a next one, and some pictures and another little update. So I will see you guys soon. Thank you, and have a great rest of your day. Bye, guys.